I got force with that Johnny line. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not in a Hobo Depot. I'm in my front room. Look, today we're gonna talk about something that's mind-blowing. You seeing history in front of me. And because I got such great friends that allow me to touch these and do a video of these, because I'm stoked right now. Is that a word, stoked? Yeah, it's a word, stoked. And I'm overwhelmed. All right, so look. So today we're going to go through, oh my God. Okay, so today we're going through 3 of the most amazing builders on the planet. Tobias, vintage Tobias, a vintage Fodera. I said Fodera. That's not right. A vintage Fodera. This is an Anthony Jackson. This is an old one. And let's move this around. Of course, nothing but the man himself, Ken Smith. This is a vintage Ken Smith, a 91. All right, so let me move this out of the way again. All right, so look, basically, there are, to me, a lot of builders in the world today. But the 3 builders that stand out to me would be Michael Tobias, Finney Fodera, and Ken Smith. Those are the people that stand out to me. There are many other, amazing builders like McElroy and Benevitti, even the Hobo Depot. I shamefully threw that in. F bases, mayonnaise, and I guess I said that right, mayonnaise. Or mayons, that's what it is, mayons or mayonnaise. There are so many that I can't name right now. That of course Fender and Music Man and all them other bases like that. That's part of my my vernacular. Anyway, so let's start talking about the bases now. What I felt on this bass here, this is a Tobias, vintage Tobias. This is a vintage Tobias. I'm coming through my TC Electronic BG 250, and we're gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna put it right over here, and I'm gonna go through all the things that I think is amazing about these basses. All right. First of all, Michael Tobias now have another lineup. Is that right? Yeah. Michael has another line out right now. The other line that he has out is the MTD 635, 535, stuff like that. But to me, this is the voice of Michael Tobias. When I first heard this bass played by Andrew Boucher, I was just blown out the water. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I knew I didn't have the money. Look, that's the first thing I knew. I ain't had the money to get one. So as years went past, people, great friends of mine, had a tendency to bring stuff by and let me touch it and feel it and actually put my hands on it. So this is a Michael Tobias Tobias bass. I think this is one of the classics. And it's loaded with, the old Waterlings. I love these, man. It's just something about this is right. This bass is Michael's voice. I'm not saying that the MTD is not his voice. I'm saying when it comes to being his voice, the first thing we ever heard, like we were babies. Consider yourself a baby. And the first voice you heard, as far as a bass player, could have been a Fender Jazz, could have been a Fender P bass, or Gibson, or, some other Music Man, or something like that. When I heard this, I was like a baby bass player. So when I heard this, I was like, I love that. It's just something about it's right. The old Bartolini preamps that he has in them, the old Bartolini pickups that's rounded at the end. Oh my God! And the three-way switch. It's just something about this bass that's just incredible. Now, if you want something that's aggressive, that's go get it, a lot of bottom, and it has a different voice. The just amazing. Now, of course, during this time, Michael necks were a lot smaller. So the distance between the strings is really close. But it's worth it. Woo. Do you hear the tone of this bass? I'm sorry, but to me, this is the voice of Michael Tobias. The MTDs are amazing, don't get me wrong, but this is Michael's first voice. And this is the voice that I run after. All right, so let's move on. Sorry. So let's move on. Now we leave the MTD and go to I would say, the next super guy. The next super guy will be this guy right here. Now, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you when I met this guy. When I met this guy, he there was something about there was something about the whole vibe of his tone. The whole vibe of it. It's like it was quiet, it was meaty, it was aggressive, it was tonal, it was impressive. The look of it was impressive. The sound of it was impressive. The whole attitude about the bass was impressive. You could be standing outside of a theater or venue, and somebody can hook this bass up, and you immediately knew that it was a Smith. This is a vintage 91. Now, I don't know about a lot of you guys who never played a Smith, but you got to get a Smith in your hand. It's an invite to I won't say Maserati. It's an invite to a Ferrari Maserati. When I take this bass out, I already know in my mind that I'm going to have fun. It's just that. When I take this bass out, I don't worry about amps. I don't know how crappy amps may sound or how great they may sound. I know for personally, this bass can be killing. This is a vintage 91, 3-knobber. All right, they come 3-knobber, 4-knobber, 5-knobber. And with switches. I don't have dip switches in this one. But this is called the big black headstock. Okay? The big black headstock and the big BT body. This is a BT custom. This is a neck through. Absolute beyond amazing. All right, and it has 3 knobs. It has push pull, active passive. So does the Tobias active passive with the Bartolini. But this has a Smith Electronics active passive, and then it has blend, and then it has bass and treble. I love it's just the voice of voice. Now Mr. Smith is actually bringing out the new. This is 2020, so he's bringing out the new big black headstocks all over again, which is cool. I love that. But I'm sorry, your first voice was right here. This is your first voice. This is the voice I want to hear when I go places, and when I plug it up and I play the first 3 notes. People already know. Oh, that is a vintage Smith all day long, and before I even get there, I already know I'm already in love. Look, and I'm going to win the battle. All right, so let's put this girl down. Set her over here. Now, let's pick up something that we need to really talk about. Now, I'm going to say a lot of things that a lot of people probably go, really? Yeah, really. First of all, this is a Fodera. This is an Anthony Jackson Fodera. Now, if you're not serious about, you know, your tone, serious about the attitude of your characteristics of your bass, neither one of these basses is not for you. This particular bass right here, it took me a while to come to this company, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I thought it was just too much money to have walking around even on my back, even in my hotel room. It was just too much money, and it made me too nervous. But here's the thing. The thing is, I went and researched Fodera. And I got to tell y'all, you know, I would spend my money again if I had to on one of these. It's worth it. Now, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you again. I'm a vintage guy. So this is a vintage Fodera, Anthony Jackson. It has Seymour Duncans in it, and it has Mike Pope preamp in it. All right? So it has volume, then a bass blend, bass and treble blend. Then it has mids, and it has rear and front pickup, which is a blend. Then it has bass, treble, and then it has mids. And then it has an on and off switch, and then it has an active passive switch, and then it has one more switch. And that other switch is to cut it on and off. Look at the craftsmanship of this bass. That's all I got to say. Just look at it. It's got a little weight on it. That girl got some booty. This girl right here she got some booty. She's carrying some booty, but she's a thick girl, and when a big woman sings, she sings. Now, if you're looking for articulate and every note, precise, aggressiveness, tonal, if you're looking for smoothness, if you're looking for speed, if you're looking for, I already said articulate. If you're looking for the feel, if you're looking for a beautiful instrument made beautifully well, this is it. This is the Bugatti. I call this the Bugatti of basses. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what else to tell you. It plays beyond butter. It's fast. It has everything you would want at your hand. If you need speed, more speed, you hit the afterburners, it's right here. I mean, you just hit it and it's there. See, I didn't have the afterburners on. This is passive mode. Now watch this. I'm gonna hit the afterburners. Yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah. Listen at that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, as far as tone, yo, I could say a lot of things about all three of these basses. I'm gonna tell you what the main thing I'm going to say. For this particular bass, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap because it ain't built cheap. For this particular bass, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap because it ain't built cheap. For this particular bass, if you can find it now, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap because it ain't built cheap. None of these are built cheap. Why? Because they're built by people who play bass, people who know bass, people who love bass, people who live bass. And when you find people who love, live, and know bass, you need to talk to them, or whatever they got in their possession, you need to get it. Now, is one bass better than the other? Come on, guys. It's all about the player. For me, there wouldn't be a day that I could come into the room and pick up either one of these and not be satisfied. Not one day, not one day, not one gig. I won't have to sit there and choose. I'm gonna take this one because this one is, no. It's all about your music. It's all about your presentation. It's all about presentation. If you got something that's wonderful in your hand, you will present something wonderful, right? If you're serious about your craft. If you have something beautiful in your hand, you will present something beautiful. If you have something amazing in your hand, you will present whatever you're presenting amazingly. Once again, guys, I want to thank all my friends who allow me to have these so I can show you guys, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm in kitty land right now with all this stuff in front of me. It's just amazing. I don't know what else to say, but thank you so much, everybody, for coming by the Hobo Depot. Thank you for watching all my band videos. Thank you for buying my product, like my t-shirts and stuff like that. Thank you for buying my CDs. I do have a new CD coming out in 2021 with the whole band, the Johnny Lee Long Band, and all the music I wrote and produced and arranged. So I'm telling you, it's been amazing. 2020 been a year. Look, it's been a year. But 2021 is gonna be even more better for a whole lot of you guys. Keep working on your gift. Keep working on your craft. Oh, and my queen told me to say this. A lot of you guys hit me up on different. I got 3 or 4 different sites. It takes me a while to get to those sites because I'm always working in the Hobo Depot. If I don't get back with you right soon, I will get back with you. I promise. You can call me. That's the best thing you do, is to call me or email me. Email me through my emails, but don't call, don't email me through my sites, because if you do, it's going to take me a while. And it's not that I'm trying to avoid you. It's just, I just want you to know that I love you guys so much that I'm going to answer you back. Even on my YouTube, I'm going to answer you back. Once again, guys, keep checking out my videos. There's a little button on the bottom that says subscribe. Please subscribe. Be kind to everyone. Remember, bass players have their own world. We come into this world to learn and to love. Shout it, cock out, folks. Peace out.